Yo, check out my blog, I Love Swag, at www.iloveswag.com/swag.
Oh, he said I love swag.com. You ready? Move.
.org.
Hey, you already know what it is. Real 92.3, man. Bootleg Kev. Post Malone.
What's going on?
The second date of the tour is officially over, man.
Yeah, it is, man.
Hey, first of all, I want to talk about Stoney, because I feel like we've been waiting for this album for like a year and a half.
You're telling me.
Man.
You're telling me.
Talk about like the direction of the project. I love the name of it. Obviously, it's a great name.
Well, thank you. You know that's what they used to call me whenever I used to smoke weed.
Stoney.
Yeah, Stoney Malone.
Stoney Malone.
But I don't smoke weed anymore, so it's just like.
Just cigarettes.
Yeah, just lots of cigarettes, dude. They're better for you.
Right.
But, you know, man. We're just like I said, we're just like figuring things out, and I think we're making a sound that's super fresh and
it's original
and hip, original, you know, very fly. You can hip hop to it, you can crunk to it, you can really just get down to it. You know what I'm talking about? It's all super lit.
You performed a song tonight that has Quavo on it. Championships, right? Congratulations, that's right. We were just singing champions to each other. That's right. Yeah, my bad. My head's all fucked up. But so Quavo's on the album. Who else do you have on the debut album of Post Malone, the long anticipated project? I know Bieber's on it, obviously. On
yeah, Justin, Quavo, Kehlani.
Shout out to Kehlani for sure.
Shout out. We're working on some very special things, and you know we got Pharrell on there.
Wow.
You know we're doing some cool stuff.
Talk about the Pharrell feature, because how does that process begin? Does he hit you up? Do you guys hit him up? Were you guys in the studio together? Because obviously it's 2016, so there's so much MP3 and back and forth and emails.
Right. No, yeah. He initially hit me up, and we met at Bonnaroo, and he said let's get into the studio. So whenever that whole run was done, we got in the studio in LA and just
knocked that. So you guys were in the studio together?
Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah,
He's the nicest guy in the world.
So you've worked with Kanye, you've worked with Pharrell. What have you learned from, because everyone always says like being in the studio with guys like, you know, Dre, Kanye, and Pharrell, like it's always like they're so meticulous with the creative process. What did you take from, I mean, not a lot of people can say they work with both of those guys.
Right.
Maybe Pusha T.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But what did you take from both of those experiences that you've, you know, kind of keeping with you?
I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, whether a lot of conscious learning and a lot of subconscious learning.
Right.
You know, from watching the way that they work, and you know, picking up little traits that they do in the studio. That you know, they're both geniuses. So it's just surrounding yourself with that type of energy, just like, you know, rubs off on you, and maybe one day I'll be cool too.
Yo, man, Fade is like getting a new life with this Tiana Taylor video. Yeah.
Very lit. You know what I mean?
How did
Shaq made one.
I saw the Shaq one. How did you feel when you saw that?
He's got moves, dude.
Shaq is out here.
He's got moves.
He does. But how did the original like I remember you were in Tampa the day before you went to the fashion show in New York. We did a show in Tampa, and the next day you went to New York, and they played that record. I think that was the record they played during the fashion show, right?
Yeah.
I remember Dre hitting me. He's like, I don't want to do the English accent because it would be terrible.
Bruv.
Hey, bruv. Hey, you see the Kanye fashion show? We got a new record with Ty and Kanye. Nonetheless, how'd the record come to be? Like
4 out of 10.
Yeah, it was terrible. I'm not ever gonna be in movies, but did Kanye reach out to you? How did the Kanye like situation transpire? Because it's a year later, and that song's very important right now.
I met him at Kylie Jenner's birthday when I did Kylie
I remember
Jenner.
that. Yep.
Kylie Jenner's birthday.
She was early on the wave.
Yeah, man. You know, she's a big fan. She's awesome. Both big fans.
Right.
I love her. It's like whenever you meet somebody face to face, it's really easy after that point to like connect.
Once you get it out, that first initial thing out the way.
It's like. So then Kanye hits me up and says, let's get into the studio, and we do, and you know, we made a couple junts.
Will one be on Stoney?
I don't know.
We gotta find out.
I guess so, if it ever comes out, right?
If it ever comes out, right? For sure. When it comes to Stoney, obviously you work with First a lot. Like he's responsible for a lot of your sound as far as production.
Right.
And he's responsible for a lot of dope features.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome.
But talk about production-wise, where you're going with the album. I heard the record you did tonight was produced by Mike Will Made It, right?
No, the Congratulations is Metro
Boomin, that's right, not Mike Will Made It.
Metro.
We were just talking about Ray Swimmer before I came on the bus.
Yeah, I know. We're backtracking.
We're backtracking. I'm drunk and high. But yeah, it's Metro Boomin and you said Frank Dukes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who else is producing on the album?
You know, we got some first. We got some.
Of course, it'd only be right.
We got Louis Bell.
Okay. Louis Bell. I've heard the name.
Shit, dude. He's a genius. And me. And P. And it's a lot of cool stuff, dude.
It's a lot of good shit.
It's a lot of good shit by a lot of different people.
I'm curious too, cause I was like kind of offended when the XXL cover came out because you weren't on it, and then I saw that girl's interview with the Breakfast Club, and she said what she said, and then you said what you said on Instagram.
Right.
And then I heard that you turned it down. What is the real story with the XXL thing?
The XXL thing is that I had to go all the way to New York, and I didn't want to.
I can dig it.
And then she talked shit.
She was full of shit. Yeah, okay.
It's okay though.
It's alright.
It's whatever. People have a natural inclination to just talk shit about things that they don't understand.
I feel like you've been dealing with that from the jump.
Listen, it's my life.
It's your life.
It's my life. I live for people to talk shit about me, but I have a lot of people that really fuck with me heavy, and that's all that matters.
Has 50 Cent heard Mood?
Yeah.
I know you guys worked together.
Yeah, we did.
No, I know you guys did.
That's how he hit me up.
Okay.
Together. Dude, in New York, he came out and.
It's like the best iPhone music video ever.
Thank you. It's just an iPhone app, dude.
Just straight off the iPhone.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Jay and the cooler in the video. You good. Yo, man, but like, you're a music fan, obviously. Like, you have Bob Dylan's had it on the arm, Kurt Cobain's had it on the arm. Shout out to
Johnny.
Johnny Cash, damn. But I'm curious, like, for me as a hip hop fan, like, that debut album is always so important because you think of guys like 50 Cent or Get Rich or Die Trying, Nas, Illmatic, whatever you want to say as far as debut albums. When you approach this project, because you just put out the tape, what was that, like 6 months ago, 7 months ago, something like that?
Something.
Which was nice because that was kind of needed.
Yeah, no, it definitely was.
It was definitely needed at the time. But when you approach the debut album, are you thinking like, yo, I gotta make it? Does that even come through your head? Like, I need to like make a project that stands up with, with some of the best debut albums of all time? Because obviously in hip hop, that's how people look at shit.
Right.
Like, yo, Snoop came out with Doggy Style out the gate. But I don't look at you necessarily. I just look at you as an artist.
Right.
But what's your thought process going into the debut album and kind of like?
Well, it's like I think that it is important to hit it hard right out the gate. You know what I mean? And I mean I'm at the same time as trying to like hit it out of the park and all that shit. I'm just trying to make music that a lot of people haven't heard like a sound like that before. You know what I mean? I think that it's a really dope project that you can turn up to and you can get weird to with your friends and some lady friends, and I think that it's just super fresh and new, and I think it's gonna hit really hard. I just hope that people are patient with it.
I gotta ask you, a song like Go Flex, which is one of my favorite records that you ever put out, and I've been riding from the beginning. But Go Flex is a record that I heard and I thought I think the way it was released like the first single from the album.
Right.
It didn't do what it was supposed to do, at least in my opinion, at radio. When a record that's so good like that, or a record like I know Too Young was the follow-up to White Iverson. When records like that don't necessarily pop on the radio or mainstream when the effort's put there, is it frustrating? How do you feel when that type of shit happens? Cause
I mean, it's what can you do, right?
Yeah.
If it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, that's not really a problem. But I don't really take my records as supposed to do anything.
Right.
I think it's just music that I put out, and whatever the label wants to do with it, then they can do with it. But I'm just focus on making music that I like.
How do you feel about the Cowboys this year? Romo's out. He's gone. It's Dak Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott. Didn't your dad work for the Cowboys or some shit?
He still does.
So you got the tickets on lock if you ever want to go.
Yeah.
It's lit.
Yeah, but
Stoney the album coming soon. Hopefully, it's definitely coming out before the end of the year. Hopefully.
Yes, it's coming out.
Are you performing a new record from the album throughout the tour, like each day?
I'm trying to.
Okay, so at the very least, you're going to be able to go on YouTube and watch videos of him performing.
Exactly.
The album. By the end of the tour,
you can get just a shitty concert quality video.
Word up, Post Malone, my G.
You, baby.
Appreciate you, brother.
So much,
Straight up. That good?